Today it's Detox the Living Room, and there is lots and lots of stuff in there. So just getting mentally psyched up to make a lot of decisions. And that's why a lot you might not even want to go through, because it's decisions that have to be made. But there are some easy steps and processes to make this even better. So you can do this. We can do this. So you ready for another day?
Yeah.
It's not a fun process. Or is it a fun process? How do you feel?
After I watched some comments off your videos.
Oh, I haven't even checked them.
Yeah. It was, I will do this for you, but it is very embarrassing.
I didn't even check the comments. Okay, so anyway.
And the comments are great. I mean, they're actually true, but it doesn't make it any less embarrassing. That's still how I felt.
Yeah,
You know, that I'm unable to keep my house up, and somebody else has to come in and do it for me. So that's just something I need to work for, but I didn't think of it ahead of time. But it's also my problem of the reason my house is like this is I just want to hide away. I don't want to see anybody. I don't want any of that. But this will be good for me. It'll get me out of my comfort zone. And I love you.
Thank you.
And I would only do this for you.
Criticism, no one grows from a container of criticism and shame. So if you want someone to grow, it's building them up.
It wasn't a mean comment. It was just the word, what's wrong with her, was a very,
Oh, well, there's something,
it was a very good
there's something wrong with
question.
all of us. Wow, do you want...
That would be a whole nother show.
You want that toilet paper roll? Oh, let me get it for you.
No, but that would be a whole nother. But I'm just sharing how I need to watch my reactions. I mean, accept it, that's okay. And
the only thing that we have control over is how we react to what happens around us, and that's what creates our happiness. How do you know what to do when you walk in? There's a lot of stuff. So I'm going to use the process of, once again, putting items together, easy, anything that's, garbage, getting it so that the whole room's cleaned out so I can do the scrub and then put back what fits. So I sent her a list, and this is from Joshua Becker's Minimalizing book. And so this is what you got to think about now, because you're not the one doing this. So I'm going to make decisions, but I want to make them what's going to make you happy. So when you're done, is the space calming and stress reducing? So that's what you want to say right now. Is this calming and stress reducing?
As long as I just sit in my chair and don't move anywhere. Yes, it is.
Is this space inviting to family and friends?
No.
Does this space encourage conversation?
Well, it could if you want to talk about a mess, but other than that, no.
Is this space easy to maintain?
Yeah, if I maintain it like this.
Well, damn, it looks like my work's done. We checked those boxes. Okay. Okay. Let's see.
Thanks,
get started.
Baby.
You're welcome. Okay, so my mom stepped out because it's a little stressful to go through and to start thinking about the things that you want to keep. And it's even a little confusing for me. This doesn't have to be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start right here, and I'm going to move everything out of this space, create a clear spot, scrub this area on the floor, probably go over it again. But that's what I'm going to start to do. Start putting all items together, all of the toys, all of the different things, all of the decorations, and just breaking it down that way. So if you see behind me, I got this area all cleaned out. I just moved all items over on that side so that I could scrub all the walls, the floor, and now this is going to be where I can start organizing things on this side. Okay, now I've created a clear space. So now I've got all the toys basically right here. And if you look right here, this is my big floor space where I can use now to organize and get them all put away. What? did it.
Is that you?
So, is it conducive to all those things, like less stress? Do you have the things that you want?
Yes, you did a very good job of keeping of setting it up the way I would want it.
Mom came in and got mad at me almost once, but
I didn't get mad.
she wasn't mad. I'm just super sensitive.
I just said, why did you do that?
And that's a fair question. She asked me why I moved one thing over, and I was cleaning behind it. So I could have moved it back. So, but then you can figure out next time.
Yeah, we're fine.
Okay. Because it is, whenever you do something for someone else, Mom lives here. It's not my house. It's her house. So it's whatever makes, so I try to think about, like, how does this person live? How does Mom live? What makes her comfortable?
I know in my brain I need to pick up everything before I go to bed at night, that I would be happier to wake up. So that's going to be my goal. That's what I'm going to try and move toward. But wiping down everything and the floors, and do you do that one? You know, it was really easier for me when I worked because I only had 2 days to do it. It wasn't like now I have 7 days. So we can just put it off. I have turned into the biggest procrastinator. So answer me this. How often should I wipe everything down?
So that's like a deep, so setting up routines and schedules, there's like this 5-minute rule. You set the timer for 5 minutes and you do one room and you put away as much stuff as you can for 5 minutes. If everything's put away, you get a spray bottle, a rag, and you just wipe stuff down for 5.
Oh, I like that.
So that's it. It's the 5-minute rule before bed. The same with your dishes, your counters. So when I looked at something, there was something that had been left on the counter and I'm like, that'll take me 60 seconds, maybe 120 seconds to do it. So that's why it doesn't take as long as putting it off does. The emotions of putting it off are harder than setting a timer and seeing what you get done.
They really are, because it stays in your head. You have to do it, and it just creates angst.
All day long, instead of just like literally doing it.
Yeah. But one thing I'm glad, because you did this, I worked on my bedroom in the basement a little bit, so thank you.
Yeah. Well, and see, that's the fun. It's there's no pressure. This is like the no pressure, seeing how it feels as we start doing some deep clean, because then you'll, like you said, you naturally are going to start wanting to do things on your own. And now you're asking, oh, what's a good routine?
Yeah.
So the 5 minutes before bed, and then at 5 minutes you get like, that's a really comfortable, then you can do 10 or 15 or 5 in the morning. There's a lot of other systems. We'll get into them, so stay tuned. We're going to find out what works, and that's going to be fun too. We'll see what works for Mom, because there's a lot of ways that there's not one right way.